All right, 9 o'clock. Let's do it. Welcome back. Glad to see everybody. We have a laundry list of things today to start off with, but let me just hit a few of the highlights. Happy National Cherry Popsicle Day. You can't make this up, but it is National Dog Day. And I almost brought the dog today, but I didn't. But I have my, close enough, got the picture with me, but I didn't bring the mutt in with me today. But it is National Dog Day, which is great. But you can't go without National Toilet Paper Day. No one can. So we're thrilled about that. Listen, yesterday was my favorite day. It was National Whiskey Sour Day, AKA birthday for Ted Creech Day yesterday. So I'm sure that was designed intentionally, Ted. So happy belated.
Thank you.
Start sucking down some whiskey sours on your birthday from here on out. So cover a lot of things national or on the economy, and then lots of local stuff. Kind of quiet on the state front, which is not a bad thing. But all right, I beat it to death about what we're seeing in inflation and all that stuff. But interesting article I was reading this morning. The European Union expects energy prices up 80% this year. 80% as they go into the wintertime. That is nuts. But again, with all that being said, with those prices keep going up, what happens in Europe still is going to impact us. We've had 5 events that are 1,000-year floods in the last 10 days. 5. All in the Midwest, crazy. And then they're having a drought. At the lower southeastern part of the southern part of the country is getting just drenched. Parts of the Midwest are having a drought. And so the grain prices are going to go up because of a drought and the lack of grain, which is interestingly enough. Even in France, they're actually going and harvesting grapes the earliest period of time ever. Mother Nature. On that front, I don't want to be a jinx, so I'm not going to say what, but keep an eye on the tropics. It is the season. So we have been very, very fortunate this cycle not to have a large number of storms, but it's looking kind of anyway. Just keep watching. Big speech from the Fed chair today in Jackson Hole. So they misread the inflation. They've ramped up points on that, and we'll have to see what he says today. But he's in Jackson Hole speaking, and when he speaks, people actually listen. Unlike Coffee with Carl. Anyway, big issue as well on Ford announced yesterday that they're raising the prices of their electric vehicles by $6,000 to $8,000 on every car or every electric car due to increased R&D costs associated with it. Now, if you read it though, what goes into an electric vehicle? The battery is the biggest component, right? What goes into that? Cobalt, nickel, and lithium. All those 3 are found in Ukraine. So no shock there that prices are going up. But if you bought your vehicle and placed an order, you're good. If not, you're writing a bigger check. Anyway, let's see. Also on that front, I'm going to get Anna to pop up. Moody's just announced yesterday 183 housing markets could see a recalibration if we actually go into a recession. They announced some markets could possibly see a price decrease for housing, but they have revised that after 2 months, they've revised it and said we actually could see 183 markets down at least 20% on their home price. So interesting for those that are in the real estate mortgage business. Keep an eye on that. And I talked to a bunch of realtors this week, and they were, I mean, there's inventory is so low right now in this marketplace that prices have actually remained high and have gotten higher just because there's demand. So we'll have to see how that plays out. That's a big indicator of future markets. But that was an interesting stat. And if you look, it's a lot of colors on that map that she put up. But take a look at it. Pretty interesting where those housing markets are located. Lots in the South. All right, and the Northeast, quite frankly. So that's big picture stuff on the economy. Closer to home, bizarro, Richland Lexington 5 voting to allow some teachers to pack a gun to school in case because they can't find enough school resource officers. Okay, I'm not going to comment on that, just throwing that out there. Also note, I totally forgot about this, but thanks to the local media for talking about this. Richland County bought acreage on Lake Murray 7 years ago, and they talked about developing it. Then COVID hit, and after 7 years, the $2 million piece of property is still vacant. I wonder what that could be. Anyway, a lot of opportunity, but they've missed the boat on that price of that $2 million has probably gone up a little bit. So want to shout out to a new local partner that Amy has talked to for a while, but Ride Jaunt is starting. Ride Jaunt is a ride sharing program in downtown. It's all electric vehicle, small little cars that are going to be carrying around, taxiing people all around the Vista Main Street University area. Thank you. Good night there. Good on it. It's in the chat, but it's free rides around downtown, and they just do it for tips. So look for that. They started in Charlotte, and they're going to be doing it here starting right after Labor Day. So just in time for some football. Was really excited this week. Council had Columbia City Council had a very big week this week. They actually finally announced plans to approve plans to finish Finley Park. That's been a long-awaited, lots of different ideas thrown out over the last few years for Finley Park, but they're going to fix it. So, but doing it way, I think is probably a little bit more prudent. Instead of grandiose plans, they've actually, I think it's somewhere around the neighborhood of $20 million to fix it, but they're going to pay upfront cash $9 million or so, and then borrow $10.5 million, but pay it back in a short period of time. Previous plans had borrowing money for 30 years to pay it off. So I actually like this one a little bit better. So congrats to the mayor and rest of council for getting that done. I know they've talked about some homeless issues. I know Craig's he's got some announcements coming down the pike in future time. I won't put you on the spot, Craig, but at some point, love an update there on what's going on. But I know there's a lot of noise swirling around it. So council's set to announce some stuff in the next couple of weeks there. Let's see. We had a really busy week. I mean, like crazy busy week here at the chamber. But I did want to thank Congressman Joe Wilson for stopping by Tuesday. He met with, maybe it was Wednesday. It was one day this week. He sat down with our public policy committee. He was on his bus tour, but he did want to stop by, and I very much appreciate him taking the time to sit with us. We also had 63 new people sitting down for Leadership Columbia for orientation on Tuesday. Adam, which was the best class ever? I can't remember.
Sorry, man. Yeah, 22.
Class of 22 was the best class ever. Okay.
Yes, but every class is awesome, and I highly recommend it. And anyway, I wanted to talk to see if all the locations for the whole class have been set, because we had something pretty cool to possibly do with the Columbia fire and the state fire. But anyway, just a little teaser, I think, as you say in the business, Carl.
All right, good. Well, they Leah does a good job setting that program. So I don't know if every date's been set, but they're excited, and we had a very, very good class. So excited about them. Other big news, we did do the ribbon cutting for Pugin's hospitality group in Forest Acres on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. That was great. And as soon as we cut the ribbon, they had people in the door sitting at tables. So they started off breakfast in a hurry on Monday morning, but excited about that. I may be really, really, really excited if y'all saw the news today. Spotted salamander coming on Main Street. So that is a huge plus. Yes, cheers to them for coming. 1441 Main, where the old Drip Coffee was. They'll be there open for breakfast and lunch. So excited about that. A lot of other, I'm telling you, I can't. Lexington Medical is moving to Forest Drive. We've got more news, more people popping in all around town, which is great and good to hear. So with that, I want to hear from y'all and see what do y'all have on tap for us today. Any news that y'all need to share for the good of the organization. Sorry, I should have prefaced. Coffee break, and then we'll take comments and anything we need to know about. Ted just put something in the box on. Sorry, I just saw it pop up, but I didn't read it, Ted.
Sure. Next Tuesday, the 30th, we've got an update, a public information meeting update on our Carolina Crossroads Malfunction Junction project. We're starting work on phase 2 of that project. We started work on phase 1 around the Colonial Life Boulevard area of 126. Phase 2 will be the modernization and total redo of the Broad River Road I-20 interchange, where Broad River passes over I-20. That's immediately adjacent to I-26 and the big, kind of interchange. But that will be a very positive traffic relieving precursor to phase 3, which is going to be perhaps I would say the biggest phase. So next Tuesday out at Dutch Square Mall in Columbia from 5 to 7, public information meeting on that project, and I've linked to a video that we just published with a little bit of an update there. But a lot of additional program information, pieces of information, and our staff there to answer questions.
Great, thank you very much. I always enjoy seeing groups out. Brent Mackey was kind enough to invite his entire board all over the state, but to come to Columbia this week for their board meeting. So good to run into y'all, Brent, and the whole team of First Reliance.
Thank you. It's good to see you. It's a good evening.
Good. Tom, how's everything the first couple weeks of classes at Columbia College? Things okay?
Classes started on Monday, and so the students are all still in a really good mood because there haven't been a lot of big tests or papers yet. But it's great to have, the online and carries on all year round, but there's just a different feeling when we get the resident students back on campus. And I hope everyone's looked at the web, gokoalas.com for get your fall sports schedules. I know there aren't a lot of options here in Columbia for college sports, and so come on out to Columbia College. Go Koalas.
Go Koalas. Thank you.
Hey, Carl, if I could make one announcement. So
Sure.
We are buying property over by Dutch Square Mall, and that's been covered on WLTX and some other outlets as well. So there's no secret there. I think what is confusing some people, though, is that with the purchase of this office area, we're going to build an adult daycare facility on the first floor and then put 11 disabled elderly housing units on the other first floor. And that's the goal right now. The renters that are there will stay there. They do a great job. They'll just stay right where they are. But there's no shelter there. The zoning doesn't allow for a shelter there. And so when people hear, oh, you're getting something over by Dutch Square, which is actually in Richland County, it's not a shelter. It's housing, individual housing, permanent housing units because we've learned in our 11 years that it's really hard to get a homeless person in a wheelchair or a walker somewhere. When you hear that, we'll rent out the room over the garage. Well, the room over the garage is a problem unless it has an elevator. So it helps to have some more single housing units. In the homeless task force meeting, all the major providers stood up and said that affordable housing was a real issue. And that's what this is going to be. So wanted to clarify that for people as you hear about it. It's not a shelter. It's not like we're making more shelters over there or something. It's going to be housing units for elderly and disabled people, and adult daycare, which is a 5-hour drop off for medically fragile folks. Want to clarify that for folks.
Great, thanks for doing that. That's great, good news. Okay. How about anybody else?
Carl, good morning. This is Lynn. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Just wanted to let everybody know that the Columbia Parks and Rec Foundation is honoring the Darnell and Susan Boyd Foundation on September 8th at the Convention Center. And you can find more information out. And I guess I'll get it to Anna so she can put it out there.
Great. Thank you very much.
Hey, Carl, you mentioned the tropics have been pretty calm so far this year, and that's true, and that's great. But what we can't do is let our guard down. We're heading into September, which is really the time when it hits. And don't forget October 4th, 2015.
I remember it so well. We kicked off our gala and it started raining and it was leaking and that was started a long weekend. Yeah, but Texas got the brunt of it. Mississippi got the brunt of it this week. But yeah, it's, I don't know if y'all saw this, but the northern, I think it was either New Jersey, somewhere off the coast of the Northeast, highest recorded temperature of the ocean ever this week, which is unbelievable. So that just somehow it's like a magnet when waters get that warm. These tropics, these storms come through, and yeah. But there's 2 or 3 that are. But real, I was talking to somebody from the Mercy Management recently. But the craziest thing, one of the things that has deterred storms this year are the dust from the Sahara has suppressed any of the storm development. I must have missed that class in meteorology when they talked about dust and how that doesn't bode well for hurricanes. But anyway, interesting stuff. But yeah, do keep watching that because September is the month. September 22nd, 1989, I was a freshman at the College of Charleston when our little friend Hugo decided to come through. So hurricane parties galore. All right, next week, big week out at Fort Jackson. We got a new commanding general, which we talked about, Jason Kelly coming in. And we hate to see Michaelis leave, but Pat Michaelis has been a great friend of ours. Wish him well. But the change of command next week. Also on Thursday, for those in the housing industry, the BIA and home builders in the chamber are partnering on our 5th annual real estate market forecasting conference. That'll be the September 1st at the convention center. I think it's like 9:30, 10 in the morning. Check our website for that. But we've got some national economists coming in to talk about the market, what we see. So I'll have more to share on that next week. I get to listen to an economist and repeat it, and great, it's good stuff. All right, anything else for anybody? All right, football weekend, the official kickoff of college football tomorrow. I wish all these teams well. Gamecocks don't start tomorrow. They start next Thursday, next Saturday, the 3rd. But I'll be primed and ready on Saturday afternoon watching some games. So hope y'all enjoy it. The weather's drying out, should be nice. So get out, enjoy Soda City. and all the fun things. But next week, the teaser, we're going on a ride. Looking forward to this. It's going to be an adventure. I may need y'all to take some Dramamine, but we'll be here next Friday morning at 9 o'clock with a special guest. And if y'all need us, call us. We appreciate your support of the chamber and really appreciate y'all wasting your time this morning with me. So enjoy the weekend. We'll see you same time next Friday morning. Thank you.
Bye-bye.